Hey guys, John here with Maniacs Garage. The guys and I built this 49 Ford Shoebox, body swapped on a BMW. And I am getting ready to take this to a car show this Saturday. And I need to make some modifications to the trailer ramps. Actually, I needed to make new ramps, in fact. So I thought I'd take you guys along for that right now. So let's get to it. All right, so I needed new ramps, 7 foot long, because the car is so low, it's really hard to get it onto the trailer. So what I did, yes, you can buy some aluminum ramps out there. They're really expensive. Or you can build some full steel ones, but they get really heavy. So I think I combined the best of both worlds here. I went ahead and picked up these ramps. So these actually come as a pair, and they're from Harbor Freight, and they were 90 bucks. They're rated for 500 pounds each, so they call them 1,000-pound ramps, but basically 500 pounds on each ramp. Well, I need considerably more than that to support that essentially BMW with the 49 body on it, which weighs about 3,400 pounds, surprisingly, which is about the same as the 335i weighed from the factory. So in any case, I have to reinforce these ramps. So I went ahead and bought some angle iron from my local steel supplier here. And it's 2" by 3". I believe it's 3/16 thick. What I'm gonna do is well, let me show you what I'm gonna do. So the plan is that I'm gonna take this angle iron and I'm gonna weld it to these ramps. Flush like that. I'm gonna stitch it along the top. Also gonna stitch it along the bottom. I'm thinking that with the ramp sitting in here, I'm gonna take this 3/4 by 3/4 square tubing that we have left over from when we built the rear seat deletes on this car. And actually, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about on this body swap BMW here, go check out some episodes, go back. We have probably about 80 episodes now on this whole build from start to finish. And so anyway, this is some leftover material from the project. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld pieces in, probably about 4 of them, crossover pieces, to kind of give it some more structure to hold it from flexing in and out. Well, let's see where I get with this tonight. All right, so before I get too far into it, what I did was I cleared away this piece of the ramp that's not gonna be used anymore, needed. It's gonna be in the way, in fact. And I went ahead and cut a couple of, I think it's 1.5 by 1.5 rectangle that I still had. Rectangle, yeah, rectangle. Or angle iron, I guess. It's not rectangle. Anyway, this thing is gonna get mounted this way. And this is gonna be the piece that's gonna hook into the trailer. So I have to prepare for that before I start welding everything together. Now I can start welding the 2 pieces to the ramp and keep moving. In order for your welds to turn out correctly, you have to grind off this coating on this angle iron here. So now I'm ready to weld. The reason I stopped early on and I put this actual respirator on is because this stuff's galvanized. And when you weld galvanized, it releases a gas. And I'm not sure what gas it is. We'll go ahead and put it in the video right here after I look it up. But it is poisonous. So I was wearing this the entire time welding this. And in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on right now because the room isn't cleared out quite yet all the way. Oh, hey, what's up, Maniacs? Just making a breakfast burrito. Hey, but while I have you guys here, why don't we go check out our website for some merch? head over to maniacsgarage.com where you will find a full line of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. And if you enter Maniacs10 at checkout, you will receive an additional 10% off. Thanks for supporting this channel, and now let's get back to the video. Hey guys, so I was able to get this done this far last night. I welded on the side pieces, the angle iron. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna keep going on it, and I'm gonna weld on this angle on the top. This is gonna be the top of the ramp where it meets the trailer, and this is how it's gonna hook onto the trailer. So I'm gonna work on that, and I'm also gonna work on a little transition piece for the bottom so the car has a better approach angle to get onto this thing. So let's keep going.
Everybody can't fight this way.
All right, now I'm just gonna mark it and weld it on. All right, now I'm ready for these little cross members. I want to weld in just 3 of them on the bottom of the ramp, kind of hold it from twisting. So 3 pieces, 10 inches, 3 pieces, 10 inches. So I'm going to get cutting on that. And then we're going to weld those in. Decided to spray some black rust protectant on the bottom of it, but once I weld this in here, I won't be able to spray the bottom.
Everybody can't fight this way.
Nothing fancy, just to kind of stop it from rusting right away at least. All right, let's weld it in. All right, time to do some test fitting. Ugh! Well, they're definitely not light, but they are strong. This angle of approach is awesome. So now I just gotta get that part finished off right there with the plate. Hey, you guys like those Hostile Maniacs? Pretty bad. All right, so trying to do a little test fitting right now. I got the ramp up where it should be on the trailer, and I got this piece of flat stock right here. It's a 48-inch piece by 12 inches wide. By the time the wheel starts hitting it to start climbing, did the splitter clear by then? And it looks like it's gonna clear. It's gonna be really, really tight, but it always has been, even with the old trailer trying to get it on, and that thing was so kind of crazy. I had multiple pieces and wood and all kinds of things. It was just a lot of work to get this car on there. It could take like an hour sometimes just to load the car, and that's just too much. So this should make it a lot easier, and it looks like it's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece in half, because one's on one side, the other one is for the other side, and then I want to do a support under it so that this piece of I think it's 3/16 flat stock, they'll be reinforced on the bottom. So when the weight of the car gets on it, it's not gonna cave. All right, time to cut this piece in half. Switch my grinder to a cutting wheel. And I wanna take a moment right now and say, by no means is this a how-to channel. Do not imitate what we do here. In fact, even watching this may be hazardous to your health. All right, let's get back into it. Got the pieces cut. I also cut 4 of these, 2 for each side, some supports to help support the car as it rolls up on this little entry piece. Also add 1 more for the bottom right here. And then what these are is the ramps that I got from Harbor Freight. Actually had some holes for these little guys to put on the end. Obviously these won't work for us, but I'm gonna use this pattern so that I can hook these pieces into the ramp. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna weld these bolts onto these little ramp entry pieces, and I'm gonna use this as my template. So I'm gonna lay this on here. I already have it measured and marked, but this way I'm gonna have my hole pattern matching exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and tack these on, take the nuts off, weld them solid, do the same thing on this side, stitch weld these on, those here, and then I'm gonna go and throw it onto the ramp, see if it fits, I can even potentially get some nuts underneath it if I want to bolt it, but I think it'll be fine just sitting on there as the car enters that beginning part of the ramp. So I think I can get this finished tonight, and then might have to wait till tomorrow daylight so that we can test fit the car up onto the trailer. Actually, there's a few more things I gotta cut off on the back of that trailer so these wheels fit on there, but that's probably for tomorrow. All right, I'm ready to keep working on the... All right, I'm ready to keep working on the trailer now. I'm back, it's the next day. And here's what I'm working on right now. Had to cut off this little lip on the side of the trailer, and I'm gonna weld on a piece of angle iron here. So this is what it looked like on this side. And that will not allow the back wheel of the car to get on there. So, gonna keep working on that. The ramps are done, they look really good. And the car is ready to get loaded on so we can get it to this Fuel Fest show up in Phoenix. All right, let's get going. Well, it's not moving along very fast, but it is moving. Definitely takes some sweat to get it done. All right, on to the next thing. And that next thing is, I gotta cut this fender off. I have to make it removable so that when the car pulls up, I can open my door. So I'm gonna try to cut these welds off, cut the fender off here, it'll be removable. And I'm gonna make a little bracket setup and do a quick release pin right here on front and back. Yes, yes, no. All right, so I got the fender cut off. I just set it back on here for right now. I'm gonna try to figure out how to cut this angle iron for the support right here. I'm gonna weld this onto the fender. I'm gonna drill 2 holes right through this bracket on the trailer here. And I got these cool little cotter pin set up. I'm gonna go ahead and set that up here. So let's get going on that part. I'm gonna clean the paint first, cut the angle iron, weld this all back together here so it can be a removable fender. This is basically the idea. It's pin, gonna get welded to the trailer. Fender will come over it. Pin, little cotter pin will go in. Ready to go. Well, let's see if my idea worked. Line it up right there. Boom, boom. Line it up right there. Oh, we got removable fenders. I like it. We gotta weld this bracket on a little bit better. All right, are you guys ready for this? Still all hot, so let me just put my welding glove on. Little cotter pin. Not a cotter pin. I don't know what kind of pin this is. Anyway, check it out. Pop that in there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to grind that one down a little bit, but otherwise I can pop it on the next one. And do the front ones. Woo! Ah, that's hot! Ah. Okay. Well, once I get that one down on the next hole, that's gonna be pretty nice. Anyway, I'm happy with it. Removable fender. Well, here it is. Here it is, the finished setup with the trailer. The ramps are awesome. The angle of approach is incredible. It goes down nice, and then I got these little extensions on here. So technically these are 9-foot ramps right now is the way they turned out. So super happy with it. Thank you guys for watching this episode on the trailer modification, ramp building. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And we'll keep working on this 49 body swap BMW. See you guys.